Shri Ganapati Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Welcome to all for the session on Ramayana to chapter 31 of Uttara Kanda, in which we see Nalakuvara or Nalakuvara who curses Ravana. It was on Kailasha, the sun having withdrawn behind the Astachala range, that Dashagriva, full of vigor, chose to encamp army. When the immaculate moon rose over the mountain with a splendor equal to his, the vast host that composed the army, furnished with diverse weapons, lay sleeping. The mighty Ravana, resting on the summit of the mountain, surveyed the splendor of the forest in the light of the moon. The flaming Karnikara woods, the Kadambas and Vakulas, pools covered with lotuses in bloom, the waters of the Mandakini, the Champaka, Ashoka, Punnaga, Mandara, Kutkuta, Patala, Lodra, Priyanga, Arjuna, Kyotaka, Agara, Narikela, Priyala, Kanasa, and other trees. Sweet throated kinnaras transported with love sang melodies that ravished the soul with delight. There the Vidyadharas, intoxicated, their eyes inflamed, diverted themselves with their consorts. Like unto a carillon of bells, sweet music was heard from the troops of Apsaras who were singing in Dhanada's abodes. Trees shaken by the wind covered the mountain with a shower of blossom, distilling the perfume of honey and meat, and a balmy breeze laden with the enchanting aroma of nectar and pollen, dew enhancing Ravana's voluptuous design. The songs, the myriad flowers, the freshness of the breeze, the beauty of the mountain in the night, the moon at its zenith, threw Ravana, that mighty warrior, into a ferment of passion. Meanwhile, Rambha, loveliest of nymphs, adorned with celestial ornaments, was on her way to a sacred festival, and her face was like unto the full moon, her limbs smeared with sandal paste, her hair sown with mandara flowers, and she was garlanded with celestial blooms. Her eyes were beautiful, her waist high, adorned with a jeweled belt, and her lips were shapely, the gift of love, as it were. She was enchanting with her countenance, embellished with the marks of flowers that bloom in the 6 seasons, and in her beauty, stateliness, radiance, and splendor, she resembled Shri. Swathed in a dark blue cloth like unto a rain cloud, her countenance bright as the moon, her eyebrows resplendent arches, her hips like the tapering trunks of elephants, her hands like two fresh buds, under Ravana's eyes, she passed through the ranks of the army. Thereupon he, rising, pierced by the shafts of love, with his hand stayed the course of that nymph, and who was abashed and smiling, inquired of her, "Where are you going, O lady of lovely hips? What good fortune are you pursuing? For whom has this auspicious hour dawned? Who is about to enjoy you? Who this day will quaff the elixir of your lips, exhaling the perfume of the lotus that rivals nectar or ambrosia? Who will caress those two breasts like unto twin goblets, rounded, blooming, that touch each other? O youthful woman, who will stroke your large hips, shining like refined gold, covered with dazzling garlands, celestial to look upon. Is it Shakra or Vishnu or the twin Ashwins? O lovely one, if you do pass me by in order to seek out another, it will not be a gracious act. Rest here, O lady of lovely limbs, on this enchanting mountainside. It is I who exercise dominion over the three worlds, who with joined palms address this humble request to you. I, the Shanana, Lord of the three worlds, and their ordainer, therefore grant my request. Hearing these words, Rambha, trembling with joy in palms, replied, look on me with favor. It is not fitting that you should address me thus. You who are my superior, rather, it is your duty to protect me from others if I should be in danger of suffering violence at their hands. For apart from duty, I am virtually your daughter in law. I speak truth. Then Dashagriva answered Rambha, who had prostrated herself at his feet, and whose hair stood on end merely on beholding him, and said, have you been my son's consort? You would be in effect be my daughter in law. Thereupon she answered, truly it is so. By law I am the wife of your son, and dearer to him than his life's breath. O bull among the Rakshasas, he is the son of your brother Vaishravana, who is renowned in the three worlds, and is named Nalakuvara or Nalakuvara, an ascetic in virtue, a warrior in respect of valor, and in wrath he resembles Agni. In forbearance he is like unto earth. I was going to meet that son of the guardian of the worlds. It is for his sake that I am adorned with these ornaments, so that he and no other should enjoy me. For these reasons, let me go hence, O king, O subduer of your enemies, for that virtuous prince awaits me impatiently. It is not for you to thwart his desires. Let me go. Do you follow path of the virtuous? Do yourself follow the path of virtuous, O bull among the Rakshasas? It is for me to pay you homage and for you to protect me. Thus did she address Dashagriva, who answered her in smooth accents, saying, you have said you are my daughter in law. For those who have but one husband, this argument is valid. But in Devaloka, the gods have established a law that is said to be eternal, that Apsaras have no appointed consorts, nor are the god monogamous. Thus speaking, the Rakshasa, who had stationed himself on the mountain ridge, inflamed with desire, ravished Rambha, and when she was released from his embrace, her garlands and her ornaments spoiled and torn away. She resembled a river where a great elephant disporting himself, muddying the water, has borne away the banks. Her hair in disorder, her hands clenched like unto creeper with its flowers shaken by the wind. Trembling with terror, she sought out Nalakuvara and with joined palms fell at his feet. Then he inquired of her, saying, what is this, O blessed one? Why do you prostrate yourself at my feet? Thereupon she, sighing deeply, trembling with joined palms, began to tell him everything and said, O Lord, this night Dashagriva scaled the Trivistapa peak while he was encamped on that mountain with his army, and I was observed by him. as I came to meet you, O conqueror of your enemies. That Rakshasa seized hold of me and questioned me, saying, to whom do you belong? And I told him all, verily the whole truth. But he, intoxicated with desire, would not listen to me. When I pleaded with him, saying, I am your daughter in law, refusing to listen to my entreaties, he assaulted me ruthlessly. This is my only fault. O you of firm vows, you should therefore pardon me. O friend, verily there is no equality of strength between man and woman. These words filled the son of Vaishravana with indignation, and hearing of this supreme outrage, he entered into meditation, and having ascertained the truth, the son of Vaishravana, his eyes inflamed with anger, instantly took water in his hand and sprinkled his whole person in accord with tradition, after which he pronounced a terrible curse on that Indra of the Rakshasas, saying, since despite my lack of love for him, since despite your lack of love for him, he ravished you thus brutally, O blessed one, on this account he will never be able to approach another youthful woman unless she shares his love. If carried away by lust, it does violence to any if he does violence to any woman who does not love him, his head will split into 7 pieces. Having uttered this curse like unto a scorching flame, celestial gongs resounded, and a shower of flowers fell from the sky. All the gods, with grandfather at their head, were filled with joy, conversant as they were with the whole course of the world and the future death of the Rakshasa. When Dashagriva learned of the curse, however, his hair stood on end, and he ceased to indulge in uniting himself with those who had no affection for him. Thereafter, among those who had been borne away by him and remained faithful to their consorts, there was great rejoicing when they heard of the curse uttered by Nalakuvara, which was pleasing to their heart. Thus come to the end chapter 31 of Uttara Kanda in Ramayana. Namaste Sharade Devi Kashmira Puravasini Twamaham Prarthaye Nityam Vidya Danancha Dehime. Goodbye.